Hi Team AAA. It's Melissa, the owner of the AAA Financial Group and host of Property, Ownership, Wealth and Everything Related, also known as the P.O.W.E.R podcast, where we chat everything about money, taking charge of your power, and we talk to special guests about how they arrived to where they are in their careers and their specific insights about what they do and how they assist people take control of their future. Be sure to follow our socials at AAA Financial Group on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever channel there is, I'm probably on it, and visit our website at www.AAAmortgages.com.au to read more about us and book in an appointment. So today I'm excited to introduce you to Kevin Parker.
Hi, thank you.
Hi, you're a family man, a business owner and a buyer's agent.
Got a little bub, brand new, 17 months old, just passed.
Oh, sweet.
He's doing awesome.
Keeping you busy.
Keeping my toes.
Yeah.
Every morning, every night, every day.
All the things.
He's awesome. He's
they're the best.
super healthy. Going really
Great.
well.
That's all you want, right? Thriving. Yeah.
Awesome.
I get it. My eldest turned 11 yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it just goes, I looked at the photo of the newborn and then and I was like, they say that the hours are slow, but the years go quickly. And that's exactly how I feel. But not about my job.
No, it's all right. So there's it takes a little bit longer.
That's it. And it takes time to build up, your experience and things like that. But you founded your own buyer's agency and you've owned that since 2019.
2019?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could go off.
Tell me about your career before then, and how you got to launch your own and found your own buyer's agency.
Background, I'm a civil engineer. So
what is a civil engineer?
Civil engineer, construction, buildings, everything you see below ground and above ground structures, that basically makes buildings stand up properly.
Great. Yeah.
Anything architects would design, that's what we build.
Right.
I started my career off building houses back in, 20, 30, 40 years ago, it feels like.
At the beginning of your career.
At the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
2019, maybe? Sorry, I'm talking rubbish. 1999.
Right.
Because I flicked over to buyer's agent in 2019, so I was 20 years
20 years
in the industry.
Yeah. And so I guess you know everything under homes, like how they're put together and made.
People don't see.
Yeah.
And what they're standing on.
Yeah.
What stops them from falling down.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things, obviously, we can use to our advantage with buyer's agents.
Yeah.
Things like that people don't think about.
Yeah.
Where the issues could lie and things like that. So
yeah.
Career-wise, started in houses, done some standalone houses, semi-detached, duplexes, apartment blocks, moved into infrastructure. Started off with doing a power station, chemical dosing unit, some big infrastructure stuff. And then moved over here in 2008, just in time for the GFC. So that was handy. I had the job by then, so I was sound. Desalination plant, construction manager there. And then went from there to sewage works, to MBM, to telco, to done some at the Westmead Hospital, civils.
Wow.
I done
a lot.
Metro and then WestConnex.
Wow.
So, there's some decent sized projects.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you got bored of that after 2 decades.
I don't say bored. It was never a boring time. It was bloody bit.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
But that's such a big jump in my head about, civil engineering and groundworks and massive infrastructure projects. So then how did this founding a buyer's agency come about?
Needed a change. 2019, Lisa, my better half, and I started chatting about babies.
Yes.
And in the construction industry, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours a day sometimes. I can see myself sometimes being on site, finishing up, having to go to a council meeting that finished at 11 o'clock at night, going home, dropping my clothes off, clothes back on site. And it just wasn't really conducive to having a bob.
Family life.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Other people do it.
People can do it.
100%.
It wasn't for you.
I read an article where a lady who worked in palliative care and she'd interviewed all these people and guys and went through their lives, and one of the biggest regrets through life was wasn't spending enough time with the kids when they were younger. So I started thinking about things that we could do to make that happen, to allow me to turn the taps on, taps off, to allow me more time with my son as he was growing up. Didn't know it was a son at the time, son or daughter. As he was growing up, to just be there more for them, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Lisa and I had both a keen interest in property, and we decided that we could turn that into a business.
Wow.
And we thought we'd give it a crack.
Yeah.
And listen, it was one of these things where if it worked, fantastic. If it didn't, I always had an engineer to fall back on. So it wasn't a massive pressure to drop all the tools and then go back and start a business up. But we gave it a hot crack. Yeah. And then COVID came. Yeah. That was handy.
So your timing, you move here, GFC, and then you slug it out for all these years. You decide, change of scenery, and then COVID. Great.
That was ideal, yeah.
Yeah.
So it took about time. Got my license before we went to lockdown, which is handy. Came in the city, done my license and everything else. Yeah. Got that, started up. And then it was just hard. It was hard not being able to go out, hard not being able to do things that you would normally do to start a business up.
Of course.
Yeah. Like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just catching up and
forming relationships, which must be such an important part of what you do.
Huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely huge.
Yeah.
Just getting to know people better, and you build that rapport.
Exactly. Yeah.
To know each other.
Yeah. Know how they work.
Yeah, just in that kind of more kind of friendly thing. You can call somebody if you go, oh, that's the person I can call, chat to them, or building up relationships with agents, or even going and seeing clients. Yeah. And actually you couldn't. So just all that kind of stuff was a little bit tougher than I think the normal time of starting the business. So
yeah. But do you think in some ways that helped you because you had so much stacked against you, you had to find a way through? And like obviously now with the world being opened up again, but did those kind of difficulties help you think now? But
I think I built a bit more resilience than I probably had previous.
Yeah. Okay.
But it also let me sit back and just build up some systems.
Yeah.
And just kind of try and organise myself as opposed to going hell for leather right at the beginning.
Yes.
And going out and networking, and actually kind of too busy going out working for the business, not working on the business. As opposed to
that's a big thing, isn't it? Yeah. We all get caught up in that.
There'll be a balance of that.
Yeah. So that time enabled you to set up structural systems, and I'm guessing a CRM and lead management and contact management.
Start dabbling in Facebook ads, put some things up, see what works, A/B testing, try to let LMs, emails, what works, everything else, and starting building up basically like client bases of a sort. Yeah. Or you could just email them and see if they're interested and kind of keep tapping on them. Yeah. And obviously, the guys like yourself, mortgage brokers, financial planners, agents and stuff like that, just going to start tapping them, telling them, hey, we're coming.
We're here.
We're coming to do some stuff. So let's catch up when we can. So that was cool. It was interesting.
Very interesting, which I've always been interested. You said you got a license. So a lot of our listeners are new to this world. A lot of them already know and have probably used a buyer's agent and, might want to use you. But how does one become a buyer's agent? It's something that I think, for someone in their 40s, I grew up, you'd hear a real estate agent, you might hear of a broker, yes, solicitor, but, I'd watch US reality TV shows and there'd be a buyer's agent and a brokerage, and that was commonplace. Yeah. So how do you do that here in Sydney and Australia?
It's a weirdly new concept, even though it's been around for probably, I'd say 20 years. It's probably quite popular here. Some like the older firms around, like the Cohen Handlers or your Empire or your Property, the bigger ones that have been around for a while.
More established.
Yeah, more established. Yeah. They're doing well and they've done well and they set it up the perfect time. Yeah. Now there's a lot more of us. Yeah. A lot more coming into the industry. Yeah. 6 years ago when we started, there probably wasn't just as many as there is coming through now. Yes. I think we're getting more popular. Yes. As I don't know, how do we say it? Working on the side, like a side hustle, being a buyer's agent.
Yeah, right. Okay. I never saw it like that. I just, I've used a buyer's agent a couple of times and it was always an expert relying on somebody that knew more than what I knew, but then also somebody that I think had opportunities outside of me going on Domain or realestate.com, for example. So the first thing I looked for was to make sure that they were fully licensed and accredited, and you are that.
100%.
Well done. That's what everybody should do, and fully insured. As you would look up a broker as well, there are websites like the ASIC website where you can see that and check the license. You've got to make sure you're making informed decisions, I guess is what we're saying.
There's 100% as well. And there are some buyer's agents out there that are probably not doing it full time.
Yeah.
They're probably not established. And listen, everybody has to start somewhere. I get
course.
that. I had to.
Yeah.
So I'm not one for preaching about.
No.
I'm
hearing what you're saying. You're a business owner. This is your livelihood.
I'm an advocate
and this is
for
who you are.
buyer's agents.
Yes.
But not for the ones who are doing it as a side hustle and are we're not doing
unregulated. Yeah.
And doing it for the bedroom.
Yeah, understood. Well, I wouldn't want to use that type of agent anyway.
All right.
So tell me about your average type client, if they exist.
We have clients.
What's your specialized area? So if I'm talking to somebody today and they're listening to this and they want to align, why you and who are you looking at?
Owner occupiers.
Yep.
Only.
Yes.
We were in the investment space, decided to come out of that.
Yeah.
We are better at the personal touch.
Yeah.
With the emotional connection, with the buying the houses, with the relationships, with having a chat to people, with communication and looking after our clients on a whole journey.
Yes.
As opposed to the data driven side, looking at spreadsheets, looking at what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Some guys are great at it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Some of the guys out there are fantastic.
Yeah.
Not my buzz.
Yeah.
I'm more
owner occupied. So you're looking for your first home, or you're downsizing, or you're upsizing.
Single family home.
Yeah.
Club on the way.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to be.
Yeah.
Anything in between.
Anything in between.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. I love that, because I always say about what I do, and as a specialist in, development and construction, that's my lane. My team, their lane is resi, or their lane is commercial, or their lane is asset. And I think that generates better results for me personally, and probably the same for you.
It does, because when we started out, our first client was in Asquith, and my second client was in Loftus, and then my third client was in Coogee. So I was spread all over the shop.
Yes. Yeah.
It's to a point where you can't be everything to everybody.
Yeah.
You got to start finding your niche, bringing it in, everything else.
Yeah.
And now that we're established, we're getting more clients where we want to work.
Yeah.
Realistically, I only want to work 500 meters from our office front door.
Which is where?
Roselle.
Okay, so you're 10K, you're a specialist in 10K from
10K
Roselle.
radius, anything. But pretty much from Roselle up to, say, Chatswood, round about that kind of way, say, west to Strathfield, south to, say...
10 kilometres actually covers quite a diverse range of suburbs and areas of Sydney. So people hear 10, or you do your Google AdWords or something to 10K, and you're like, that seems like nothing.
Exactly.
But it's actually a large space to specialise in. So that's really interesting.
10K, you go on a motorway, 100 kilometres an hour, takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Try driving to Coogee in 10 minutes.
No thanks.
No, exactly.
There's no infrastructure, public transport to help me get there either.
Oh, yeah, right.
Get on a bike or something.
Yeah, listen, that's the kind of niche that we're looking at. It's the area that we've kind of started specialising in, or I chose to actually specialise.
Yeah.
And where we've kind of started to hone in.
Got it.
We'll go a little bit further depending on client, what they're looking for, how we can actually help them and everything else. But realistically, that's where we specialise in. It allows us to build better relationships with agents, relationships with people, cafe owners, just anything like that. It just gets you more kind of into the area.
Yeah, of course.
As opposed to just being random.
Yeah.
Popping up.
I wouldn't do everywhere. But then how, obviously if you've got this area, you've got contacts, as you said, with real estate agents, which I might just skip a few questions and jump around. But off-market transactions seem to be a real hit point for buyers agents, yes, there's equal measure in doing both.
I'm smiling because
You had a grin on your face because
properties
off-market, tell me.
became really popular.
So
Became really popular during COVID.
off-market.
Off market.
That's when I bought an investment property.
Off market.
Yeah.
When you say off market,
I'm kicking myself because I did it. Do you know why? Because the rates were so low and the yield was so good, and it was like, oh, you're probably going to be positively geared.
Yeah. How's it going now?
Fast forward, 13 rate rises forward and only 2 back, and it's definitely negatively geared.
That's all right. I'll come back.
Mate. But yeah, so the rise of the off-market, tell me more, started in
So the
COVID.
off-market.
Yeah.
When you say off-market, right? When you showed your property you bought off-market,
Yeah.
how did you find it?
I had a buyer's agent.
How did he find it?
He had a real estate agent.
Right, there we go.
Yeah.
If it's with a real estate agent, is it off market?
Yeah.
What's off market?
It means not on the internet.
Not on real estate or domain, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. No photos taken.
It'll be on their website.
The place looked like crap.
Right, some of them will be on their websites, right? This is my opinion. A lot of people probably won't share this opinion, but
That's all right. Someone's got them.
it's a marketing gimmick.
Right.
I see a lot of buyers agents banging on about having at least half of their properties off market.
Right.
Not a massive fan of off markets,
Yeah.
unless they are genuinely off market. Off markets could be on there for multiple reasons. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Privacy.
Yeah.
It could be an investor who doesn't want to spend the money on advertising.
Yeah.
It could be somebody who just wants to get rid of it. It could be a divorce or
Multiple.
it could be deceased. There could be multiple things that people don't want it to be out in the public domain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, get that 100%.
Yeah.
However, when I get an email with 100 off-market properties on there telling me that we've got all these off-market properties, at what point are you going to go, is it really?
Yeah.
Or is it a marketing
Yeah.
stunt?
Oh, I get it. We're really lifting the hood up. I love this. But this is what people want to know about, right? It's like, what? So then they use you, and then let's say it's off market or on market. You're the one that's been able to say, look, I don't know whether this is the right value. I reckon they should take it to market, or this is where your value comes in. Correct?
Yeah. And listen, if an agent sends me an email saying, hey, I've got an off-market property, it means that it's not been on real estate and domain or whatever. So Joe Public hasn't got their eyes on it yet. But they've sent it to the whole database.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
so it's out there.
It's marketable.
It's marketed.
It's getting marketed.
It's to a point.
It's not like, oh, we're,
They're just not spending.
So there's valid ones, and then there's maybe people use it as a selling tool.
Well, the other thing as well.
How does it
off
not
market.
benefit a purchaser?
Right, I was just going to say. So, if it's off market, it's not getting. It's the market's not telling you what it's worth.
Mm.
The owner,
So simple.
right? The owner's telling you,
Yeah.
and the agent's telling you this is how much it's going to take to buy it.
Yeah.
There may be a couple of people in bidding once it kind of gets to that kind of auction between phone calls and stuff. Or if there's a couple of interested parties,
Okay.
cool.
Yeah.
But the market's not telling you what it's worth.
Yeah.
So buyers agents, 100% can get it, value it, look at the valuations, look at the comparables around it and see where it's at.
Yeah.
Whether it's worth what they're wanting for it is completely different.
Yeah.
You also find that sometimes off markets go on, there's a little bit of a fishing expedition,
Yeah. Okay.
just to kind of see where the level of interest is
And they're not serious.
and get a little
And you get all excited because, oh, I might get something.
market.
Yeah, right. I didn't know about these.
It happens. It happens. And that thing as well is
Already so bird.
you bored by it.
And given the finance, so I could probably organise some more funding if I wanted. It's just more like,
The idea is, from a buyer's point of view, if we are going something that's off market and we do get the jump on these properties, that we make sure that we do our due diligence to make sure that it's worth what the seller's wanting for it.
yeah.
And is there any issues with it? Why are they selling off market? Find all those things out.
Yeah.
Ask
Yeah.
all those questions.
Yeah.
It could legitimately be somebody who's given it to an agent because they can't be bothered doing all the bits and bobs. The agent's still going to get paid for an off market. And it could be just a privacy thing. There's 100 reasons why it could be not being advertised because they don't want a neighbour to know they're selling it.
Yeah.
They don't
People
want
being
mates.
mortgage distress. We do see a lot where people are very
tell
close
people.
to being put in what we call bad bank, and they just need to move quickly.
Yep.
So quick sales, I'm guessing.
That happens.
Yeah.
100%. If you need to get rid of something to then buy someone else, and it could be developers.
Yeah.
Developers, your niece, they just go,
Yeah.
get rid of it. I want to buy that plot of land next door.
Yeah.
Because it's offered up, and I want to buy the one next door to it. Or there's an opportunity.
There's an opportunity.
Sell it,
Yeah. Make it happen.
and you may get a good deal
Yeah.
off market for some of those ones that come up.
Yeah.
But there's
This
other-
is where
I don't think they're
they're met.
not a great idea. I get calls from potential clients and saying, "Do you get off markets?" Yeah, of course we do.
Yeah.
And in the sense of the word,
Yeah.
what everybody else thinks, but they are.
Got it.
But an off market to me, we bought an apartment for one of my clients over in Summerhill where I went in to see one apartment there, and the agent said to me, "I think this guy here is going to sell their property." And it was an investment type property. They wanted to live in it and then move and everything else. So this one didn't have an internal laundry. This one did.
Did.
And that was at the car park space. So I gave that a miss, and I moved on this one. So I've been the agent to ask this guy, is he willing to sell before this one goes to auction? I might actually snap that up before that.
That one, yeah.
I got that for a better price than what that went to auction for. So there's things like that come up.
Yeah. Which the lay person or purchaser would be none the wiser.
Yeah, correct. They don't get access to that.
Because they don't know as well all the other things that are on the market. And, you know, you look at you look at what your parameters are or price point, but you might be missing, I don't know.
Those kind of things come with relationships with agents.
Yeah.
And that's obviously where I go back to being everything to everybody, going into a niche, specialising in an area, getting to know people better, so they give you that phone call, they send you that text message saying, this is legit, got something coming up. Okay. And we get to know the properties that are coming up on the market as well, as opposed to there's your off market. It's more about just being more informed, being ahead of the game. Yeah. So that they can make...
Then you can make better decisions.
Yeah, and the people, our clients are going to be people who work hard, 9 to 5, 8 to 10, whatever they're doing. Yeah. Big jobs, kids, everything else. They don't look at properties through the week. And if they do, it's at 9 o'clock, while they're on the couch, when the kids on their bed, and just having a bit of a break from normal life. Yeah. Flicking through.
That looks good.
Yeah. So look at that.
Not knowing. That. Yeah. So tell me this. Let's say you have a friend moving to Australia, maybe a close friend moving to Australia in a 10-kilometre in your radius, and they've got, you know, approval from me.
Obviously, because I'm a 70s, really.
Yeah, that's the thing. And it's the borrowing capacity is what it is, but they can purchase for 1.5 or 1 to 1.5. Where are you looking for them? They want a house or an apartment to live in.
Apartment.
Yeah.
Apartment, I'd put them right next to me.
Yeah.
and Barmy and Roselle.
Yeah.
You got 2-bedder in there. Decent round about that kind of area. Yeah. Kind of Lilyfield like house and stuff like that.
Yeah. No. House. You can't get a house for 1.5, can you? Not in the...
In the West?
Yeah.
You'd be...
lucky. The ABS, Australian Bureau of Statistics, just came out and said the average price of a house in Australia is now $1 million and 1.2 in New South Wales. Yeah. So sometimes my personal journey, and I've seen it with our clients over 30 years, is that they might start in an apartment and then build up some equity in that, and then potentially it's an apartment that needed a renovation, so they've saved up and done that. Then they've got some more equity and increased borrowing power as their careers progressed. And then they can go for like the semi or the house in that same area. So what would you advise the person now that's in the apartment looking for something to come and in those areas that you've discussed?
I would hope to have been advising them before they got to the apartment.
So what's the best lead time for you?
Lead time for people to come and...
Yeah, like let's say someone's now, like I'm thinking it's winter now, around September, I'm going to want to buy.
Come and chat to me whenever. Okay. I don't mind just having a chat.
Just chat. Well, that's who you are, right? Like you're like, I'm happy to talk to you over a long period of time because I know ultimately I'm going to help you.
It's not even that as well. Every single person that we've chatted to and we've served and we've bought for has been completely different. So every person that I speak to who's not a client, and they've always got a different view and an opinion of what they think they can buy, where they want to buy, where they see themselves, everything else. Yeah. Everybody's situation is different. So every new person that I talk to, it just adds kind of more feathers to my bow, really. It kind of gives me more to my arsenal, because it gives me more thoughts, more circumstances, things that I can learn about, and so that I'm always getting better at what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Building up your knowledge base.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or just thinking about different people's scenarios that maybe I've never thought about before.
Yeah, understood.
So I don't mind chatting to anybody about anything.
Sure.
If you're basically saying, hey, Kev, what do you think of this? Yeah. I'm looking at this property, what do you think of that? Yeah. Thinking about buying here, this is my budget. I am really good mortgage broker. Who would you recommend?
I don't know. Who would you recommend?
Yes, I just generally don't mind just chatting.
I think that's where we're quite similar. And, when we first met, I was like, oh, I'm the same. I play like the long game in as much as, over time. Sometimes I talk to someone 4 or 5 years before something eventuates in, what they're looking to do. And that's for a variety of reasons. But ultimately, you build that trust and rapport. Sometimes they miss properties or they miss something or something happens in their life where it's, a life event. extra debt gets involved or divorce or what have you. So
Babies.
Babies, exactly. Well, that's life, right? So I think it's important to be able to rely on people in probably the most expensive purchase in your life.
Probably one of the most expensive and most important things you'll do in your life. It's huge. The emotion attached to it. Investment is different because it's a money game, right? As you know. I was speaking to somebody this morning who was just talking about they bought something because they could, and it's in Queensland and it's looking after itself.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
They've never seen it. They've never been there. And that's cool.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's basically, it could be a car parking space in the middle of the CBD for all they care.
Yeah.
As long as it's generating, it's not costing them anything.
Yeah.
And
they're building up some form of asset and wealth at a time.
For retirement or for kids or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
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 Buying a house to live in,
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
Every house that somebody goes and sees and they inspect, they already place their furniture.
Yes.
They want to see themselves in there, TV there,
Exactly.
kids room there, barbecue there, bringing your mates round, watching the footy, hanging out with people, da-da-da-da.
Where's the washing machine? Is it near the bedrooms? You know, how many stairs?
All these
things, yeah.
All these things. One of the questions you had asked was, what was one of the strangest requests?
Yeah.
That, I had a client who wanted 2 power points in every single wall of the house. So 2 there, 2 there, 2 there.
Hey, did you just go do it? Like, here we go.
Well, no, I didn't do it myself. But it's just like, we'll try to get as many power points as possible. How many things do you have to plug in at one time?
Yeah. But anyway, like, jury's out on power boards. Okay, so that's the strangest request you've ever had.
It was just one of the kind of, so, listen, we watched with a client and what we suggested was obviously it fitting them once you get there, get the sponge in, raggle the walls.
All the things.
They need them.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, what's really important to you?
Yeah.
PowerPoint.
What is really important, you know, my view has changed over the years, but it used to be, when I grew up, it would be, oh, you've got such a big bedroom and like big bedrooms for the kids and I live in a small semi and the bedrooms are quite small, but I wanted a bigger living space because I wanted us to all be together. Like if you're in your room on your own, you don't really need that much space. And you don't have books and CDs and, you know, the boom box. You know, you don't have all the things anymore. Everything's on a little device. Shit, I am showing my age.
CDs.
CDs, DVDs. I've still kept them all.
I've got them.
I've just got room for clothes and room to hang out, you know, that's it. But yeah, but I think how houses are being, because of all my developer clients, how apartment blocks are being built now is to have services within the building. So, you know, one of our developments in Newcastle has like effectively like a man cave or like a utilities room, or I shouldn't say man, but like a people's cave, a utilities room. There's a gym in there. People want the lifestyle, even though they understand that they're not going to be living in a big home anymore. So it's perfect for downsizer, but also the dink like couple that, you know, have more discretionary income than others. And yeah, like I think the way houses are being built is evolving.
I think depending on where the houses are, because if you've got access to more land for a decent price, then you gotta use it.
Yeah.
You're gonna build one.
If you've got any sites that are a mill with a big piece of land, like don't tell these guys, come to me. I'm in. But like, you know, big blocks are decreasing on, you know, all the time, and people are doing granny flats and. Yeah.
Depends where you want to live.
Yeah.
This is about all it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's about lifestyle.
Yeah.
People live in Sydney because it's awesome.
Yeah.
I think one of the other things you'd ask me is if you were going to buy a property anywhere on a...
I'm glad you're asking yourself your own question.
I read Greece, mate.
This is great. You like keep going.
Well, because when you're like, where, if you were to go your ideal house in the ideal place, where would it be?
Yeah.
Mate, I reckon, I genuinely, and Lisa, my better half, got asked this question by our gym instructor, I think, recently, where would you buy that house?
Yeah.
And she said the same as exactly what I think.
Which?
Barman Roselle.
Yeah.
I reckon that I live in the best country in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
I genuinely do.
Same.
I know the political, we won't go into all that.
No.
There's a lot of windows, there's a lot of people here, but I don't think people actually realise how lucky we are and where we are. And the fact we live in Sydney.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to call Roselle my home.
Yeah. I feel the same about where I live in Crow's Nest. Yeah, I never even thought about what I want or whatever. I just wanted to upgrade from my apartment. and we found this place. And I was like, okay, cool. And now I just love it. I'm always like, oh, I'd love somewhere with a water view or whatever. I can't afford it. but maybe one day, maybe after this podcast, I'll become famous. But one, I can't afford it, but I love where I am because it's like a walk to the shops. It's a walk to the metro. How lucky am I? Like it's for me, it works. So when you choose what you want, sometimes you can loosely know, but then over time, areas can grow on you and you become like, I know that all little pockets of Sydney have really nice community aspects and you see the same people walking their dogs and cafe, and that means more than, the size of the home because they're never going to get bigger.
Yeah, I've lived in this now 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere.
No.
I love it.
That's good.
I'm literally 14 pigeon steps to my local pub. I'm like another 2 steps to the dog park across the road to the dog.
Oh, God. So coming into town today, that's a journey.
I've got a nosebleed cover the bridge. It's like, I literally, house is here, office is here, Lachlan's daycare's there, dog park's there, pub's here. I don't go anywhere.
How you've lucked in. You must be a buyer's agent. You must have worked it out. But I love that when people say, I wouldn't want to live anywhere else, and you do find that, there's always that aspiration, like love the mansion on the water or this or that. But really when you do ask people if they, or they like an area, that's where they can, eventually get to if they really want to. Yeah, we all would, but they're not going to get bigger. So now I'm just going to do some fire questions. It's a nice way for our listeners to, overall get a sense of who you are and what you do. And then, we can finish this and everyone can see your contact details in our show notes and reach out because I do think you offer people a lot and maybe one day you'll go 11 kilometres out of Rozelle, but let's just focus on that 10, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so what's the one thing you always check before buying a property? One thing.
This is a strange one.
Why? A strange question.
It's a strange answer. I open and close all doors.
Why?
Because if I'm not square, it means that the house is off kilt.
Right.
This is
20 years of engineering.
It's 100%.
So you open.
That corner's down.
What a great answer.
Won't shut properly.
Yeah.
If that's
thing could
or settled more than that corner, then everything's similar to that. Oof. Especially in the older buildings.
Yeah.
And some of the newer ones, obviously.
Yeah.
Apartment blocks and the news and stuff. But yeah, I open and shut all the windows.
Yeah.
Make sure that there's nothing catching the sides, and if it is an issue with the side,
structurally.
And then it's a structural thing.
And would that show up in a building report?
Only if there was cracks.
Ooh.
So you get pest and building report, and the reports are not structural. If you want a structural report, they are not very structural either. Because a structural report has to be intrusive.
Yeah.
They got to knock holes in your wall to see what's going on.
Yeah, and what law is going to allow that? No.
So you're buying what you buy.
Yeah. So that's a great tip.
It's just one of the
doors and windows.
Doors and windows and darkness.
Shit, don't check them here. If you weren't in property, what would you be doing?
Still being construction.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Still being construction, busting my ass.
Yeah.
Doing 14-hour days.
Yeah.
6 days a week.
So there's not anything outside, like this is it for you?
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
100%. Super
Love
happy.
that. Me too.
I still probably do more hours. And
yeah, I know.
As a business owner,
Yeah.
you work every day.
Yeah.
Constantly.
But I love it. I require no motivation because it's just inherently in me. I don't need to be like, come on, get it together. I'm just constantly excited to keep doing things and progressing.
Like a hobby, right?
Yeah, it's like a love. Yeah. My dad taught me that, but so there you go.
Awesome.
I'll do it to the day I die. Okay, renovate or rebuild.
Renovate.
Okay. What's the most here we go. If you say Rozelle in this, I'm going to cross it out. What's the most underrated Sydney suburb flying under the radar right now?
I reckon Ashfield.
Okay.
I reckon because transport links, money's getting put in, metro coming. Haberfield and Five Dock have a massive price uplifts in the past 4 or 5 years. I reckon Ashfield's next. I think it's Summer Hills and all like some coming around there. I reckon that's what you want to be looking.
And you're well connected there?
Always.
Strangest thing, we've already answered your own question for that. Dream property anywhere in the world, it's where you are. Most valuable lesson you've learned as a business owner?
Don't be a dick. I mean, genuinely, don't be a dick. You are your brand and your brand is your business.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Relationships are key.
Yeah.
And if you don't have relationships and you can't talk to people properly and you're just a bit of an ass, you're not going to get very far.
No. You got to be honest, transparent.
Always.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this podcast should have been pretty on.
Of course. I'm very appreciative of your candor, but also, giving people tips, and like that's, innately who you are and shows what you're like as a business person. So don't be a dick. Tick. What's one piece of advice you'd give to a first home buyer in 2025?
Buy now.
Okay.
Buy today.
Okay.
If you can.
Okay.
Because if you
get
can't,
approval from me and then come to you. No, but buy today. Because what do you think?
Like, you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like COVID hopefully taught a lot of people a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
Where you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's going to happen again. You don't know what's the whole world is going to be mental just now.
Yeah.
You don't really know what's happening. If you can buy, get it done.
Yeah.
The rates are coming down.
Yep.
Hopefully they're going to go back up anything soon. Fingers crossed. But yeah.
Buy now.
If you can, get it done.
Get in the market.
100%.
I'm a believer in getting in the market. The statistics are in the second decade of ownership. That's when you exponentially the price goes up. That's just the statistics within Australia. So if it's a build to hold for your owner occupied and you're planning to be there, you'll see the most uplift, from 2036 onwards, but certainly over time it will go up. So the sooner you can get in, the better.
Property over the last 30 years in Sydney's about 5%. Standard. That's just whether it was
forever will. It forever will.
Exactly.
If your son Lachlan asked you for one property tip in 20 years, what would it be?
That's funny because I was like, I probably answered all the questions that I probably would advise them anyway. So I reckon just tell him to buy close to home so he can come home for dinner and get his mum to do his washing.
Close to home. God love ya. Yeah, okay, good. I love that. And power quote you live by.
How do you eat an elephant?
How do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time.
Got it.
Every single thing that you think's too big of a deal, just take a step back.
Yeah.
A lot of people are stressed out these days, a lot of mental health issues, and people are kind of struggling in their own little ways. Take a breath, take a step back, compartmentalize.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exit.
No, that's
and
so
just
true.
take it one little piece at a time. No matter how big it is, you do one thing, there's one less thing to do, and just chip away at it.
Sage advice. I need to do that.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you. Well, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're the best. Will you come back on again?
100%.
Okay, and we can go into more detail. You can ask me. There we go. Well, yeah, there we go. All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening today, and thank you, Kevin, again.
So everyone watching it, seriously, they did this far.
They will. They do. Okay, over and out.